Mom and Dad immigrated to New York from Hong Kong in 1970 for a better life. With only $500 in their pocket, they found an amazing apartment on Valentine's Avenue in the Bronx. Beautiful neighborhood, full of trees, parks, and everyone wore expensive fur coats from Saks Fifth Avenue. It was an American dream for my mom and dad until a couple years later, that dream became a nightmare because crime, drugs, and violence plagued the neighborhood. The park became a war zone for drug dealers and gangs. The trees are filled with garbage, and all those folks with their expensive fur coats ended up moving to Scarsdale, New York. As a 7-year-old growing up in the Bronx, first generation American in the early 80s, the lobby of our building was like a fucking zoo, just chock full of shit and puke. And the sight and smell just made me nauseous every day. As soon as we got to our apartment and locked the doors, Mom and Dad rarely let me outside to play. Growing up, I felt sheltered and alone because there were no kids my age to hang out with, and we were only Asian family in a black and Spanish neighborhood. That's right, we stood out like a yellow Post-it in a box full of assorted chocolates. And I spent my days watching TV and staring outside our window from the second floor apartment. And I always saw the kids outside just looking mad fresh with their shiny black members only jackets zipped up, their blue Levi jeans and their high top pony sneakers, smoking blunts, drinking 40s, and listening to Grandmaster Flash on their Panasonic boombox radios. I was like, wow, I want to be just like them, the Jackson 5. And every day, I begged Mom and Dad to let me hang out with those kids. But like a broken record, no good. Stay home, watch TV, do homework, watch TV, okay? All right, I got it the first time, chill. And that's what I did. I sat down and I watched TV. And one of my favorite TV shows growing up was High Feather. It was a show about a bunch of white kids that go to summer camp. And I just got so fascinated watching those kids swimming in the lake and singing songs over a campfire. I was like, I want to be just like them. And one day I walked up to my mom. I said, Mommy, can you please take me camping? Please, please? And she was like, well, okay. So she goes to our bedroom. She takes our queen-size bed sheet, and she pitches this huge tent in our living room. We ordered Chinese takeout and watched Silver Spoons. One afternoon, I walked up to my dad. Dad, can you take me fishing, please, please? He said, well, okay. He fills up our bathtub with ice cold water, takes a can of sardines and dumps it in there. And he got me like a toy fishing rod, and we'd just go fishing. Mom and Dad made it really fun living in that apartment until things turned for the worse one evening. I was in the kitchen with my mom, and we're waiting for my dad to come home. It was like close to midnight. And I hear my dad come up to the door because you could tell he had like about 1,000 keys on his belt loop. And I hear the key go into the lock of the door, and it doesn't turn. And my mom walks up to the door, and she's like, what's happening? As she's talking to him through the peephole. And I hear steps, and they're getting louder and louder. And my mom's saying, merci, oh my God, hiya. And I hear someone scream, give me your fucking money or I'll cut your throat, you fucking chink. And I just heard screaming and yelling and just the sounds of fists just echoing throughout the lobby of the building as my mom looks through that peephole in fear. Soon, the footsteps just dissolve throughout the evening. And I hear that key turn in the lock. And my dad just rushes into the apartment and slams the door shut with his back. He's white as his ghost. He's blood red in the face. His white button-down shirt is untucked and ripped. And he's holding his fist in his hand. And I could see blood just dripping throughout the knuckles of his fingers onto our kitchen floor. And you see the pool of blood just coming towards my feet. I just stand there in fear and curiosity just running through my head. And my mom screams, David, just go back to sleep. Stop making trouble. It's late. And the last thing I remember was my mom taking the kitchen towel and just wrapping my dad's fist like a fighter during halftime. The next day, we moved because my grandpa, rest in peace, gave us $45,000, which was his life savings for us to purchase a house. And we moved to Pelham Parkway in the Bronx with a big backyard surrounded by trees. And every summer, I went to camp and swam in the lake and sung songs over a campfire. Looking back at it today, mom and dad were not just my parents, but were like my guardian angels, just trying to protect me from crime, drugs, and violence. And today, during the 70s and 80s, and I became their guardian angels. Thank you.